Chapter 16, How to Get Ready for a Hurricane. Now, we can all make a personal connection in our neighborhood in our city, because we were affected by a hurricane last year in Alvin, Texas. And so we missed right about 10 days of school, and we had over 50 inches of rain within a few days. So we can all make a connection to this part of the book about how to get ready for a hurricane. If you don't live in an area that gets hurricanes, just think about getting ready for any type of superstorm where there's going to be lots of rain and flooding and possible power outages. So, batteries and food that doesn't need to be in a refrigerator, non-perishable type things, paper goods, stuff like that. Gas for your car. It's Monday when my father says the people on the Weather Channel just like to make a fuss so that everyone will watch their show. On Tuesday, he frowns a little and says, "Why can't the weather people be more specific about the path of the storm?" On Wednesday, he says, "Ugh." He doesn't even remember losing power for more than 4 days. Today is Thursday, and my father is at home and out in our yard when Uncle Weldon drops me off after school. My father is checking to see if our gas cans are full. Rain is watching him from the couch on the porch. Her head is resting on her front paws, but her eyes are alert. "Bye," I say to my uncle, and because I like him, I lean back into the truck before I close the door and I look directly into his eyes. "Thank you for the ride," I say clearly. Uncle Weldon smiles at me. "You're welcome. I'll see you tomorrow." Fingers crossed, heart touch. My uncle waves to my father through the windshield and turns the truck around. "You're not at work," I say to my father. "Nope, not at work." Very observant. This might be sarcasm, which is like mockery. Rain jumps off the porch to greet me, and my father says, "I'm going into town to get supplies. Do you and Rain want to come with me?" "Supplies for the superstorm known as Hurricane Susan?" "Yes. Do you want to come with me?" he says again, and this is my reminder to answer his question. "Yes, I do," I say. I sit beside my father in the cab of our truck. Rain rides in the back. We drive down Hood Road. As we pass the J&R garage, my father waves to Jerry, who's one of the owners. I don't know why my father isn't working today, but I don't ask him any questions. At the bottom of Hood Road, my father turns left without using his directional. "Hey, you did it!" I cry, but my father says, "Can it, Rose?" without looking at me. We drive into Hatford, and my father angles the truck into a parking place near the hardware store. The inside of the store is very crowded. So many people are shopping today that it's hard to walk down the aisles. I wring my hands. 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. I chant. I look at the ceiling. "Stop it, Rose," says my father. "Rose, Rose, road, road, or, Rose! That's enough. What's the matter? Are there too many people in here?" "Yes. Do you need to go back to the truck?" "I don't know. Because I could use some help." My father drags me to a quiet corner of the store. "Everyone is out getting supplies, and I'd like to get ours now before there's nothing left. So could you settle down and help me?" He's taken me by the shoulders and is holding them a little too tightly. Also, his face is very, very close to mine. "Rose, can you give me a hand here? Please." Please. "Okay," I say. My father finds a cart and I focus on what we need. Paper plates and paper cups in case our dishwasher doesn't work. Paper towels in case our washing machine doesn't work. Water in case our water pump doesn't work. AA batteries, C batteries, D batteries for a radio and flashlight and tools. I help my father carry our supplies to the truck. Then we drive to the grocery store and buy cereal and bread and dog food and canned soup and other things that won't go bad if our refrigerator doesn't work. After the grocery store, we drive to the Exxon station and fill up the gas cans. That night, Sam Diamond calls my father at 6:21 p.m. and they decide to go to the Luck of the Irish, so Rain and I are left alone. I realize that I could listen to the Weather Channel without looking at it. With my back to the TV, I hear Rex Caprese say that Hurricane Susan is expected to make landfall in a couple of hours and then travel up the coast. Up the coast. We live inland. I think of all the space that was between my finger and the Atlantic Ocean on the improperly folded map of New England. Even so, I turn on WMHT. The newspaper says that Hurricane Susan is an extremely large storm and will reach our area by the next night. Isn't it funny that right has 3 homonyms and night only has 1? I stand in front of the cupboards where my father put away our supplies. I begin to count. 16 rolls of paper towels, 24 rolls of toilet paper, 2 large packages of napkins, 4 packages of paper plates, 2 packages of paper cups. I look at our food. I wonder if we have enough supplies for a power outage that lasts 2 days, 4 days, a week. I wonder what will happen if a tree falls on our house. I sit on the couch with Rain until it's time to walk her, and then we go to bed, and I put my arms around her and feel her chest rise and fall as she breathes. I cross my fingers and touch them to Rain's heart. I love that. That little thing that her and her uncle have where they cross fingers and touch hearts. I think that's very special. Kind of like I love you in sign language.